Yeah.
We still got a little bit extra time.
20 minutes.
Beach volleyball and the season preview scrum with head coach David Skaff, Barett Nolan, and Gracyn Spresser. Coach, now about 2 days away from the start of your spring season. What is kind of the outlook for week number one, at least, of the campaign, and kind of how things been going in the preseason?
Yeah, we have a lot of new faces this year, so I'm looking forward to getting out and seeing some other people on the other side of the net. I kind of like us open up in Phoenix where we're at, because we get a good variety of teams we're playing, from some NAAs to Division I, so we'll be able to see a good mix of those. I think what we've seen right now is we're really athletic. You can definitely see that we lost or graduated some experience from last year. That best way to get those is with some reps against some teams, and excited for some warmer weather and a lot of volleyball ahead of us.
Coach, kind of hit on it there for you as now upperclassmen on the team. Lost a lot now, kind of probably expected to fill that role a little bit. What's kind of your mentality going into year two and year three for you, Gracyn, with the team?
I would say for me, a big part is just definitely like taking on a huge leadership this role. Like we have a lot of younger people on our team this year, so just like constantly trying to set an example for like hardworking and just like a team atmosphere for everybody, and just making sure that like everyone has a place in the team, and we're not like separating like younger and older and like more experienced and stuff, and just trying to fill the gap with like what we lost, trying to push the younger kids to kind of like step up to our level.
Yeah, kind of just backpacking off what she said. Just we're one team, so just making sure the culture is set for them, and yeah, should be a really fun year. I'm really looking forward to it.
The two of you played the second half of the season together last year. Is that the plan going into the week, or if not, who are your partners playing, or do we not even know that yet?
Are we allowed to say?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
We are not starting off together this year. I'm playing with a freshman. Her name is Ellie. I think I'm really excited to see what we can do together. She's pretty athletic, and I think that we'll be able to really put in the work together.
I'm playing with Anya. She's a sophomore. Yeah, she's also super athletic, so I think it's good to kind of spread out and play with different people this year. I think it should be really fun and a good experience.
Coach, for some of the other pairs, kind of walk us through maybe a little bit of who to watch for, and a little bit of just kind of the pairings that you have planned.
Yeah. So right now, not in any particular order. We have Riley and Elizabeth Hood playing together. So that'll be a new pairing. We have G and Ellie, Anya and Barrett, Jessica and Taylor, and then Lucy and Burns or Izzy. And so we had some ideas of what we wanted to going into preseason from the fall, and then kind of in the spring you saw some matchups and some different chemistries. Is kind of why we split it up a little bit. We also like some of the younger kids learning from the older kids, because they pick up that experience a little bit faster when they're practicing, been when they're with someone who's done that, seen that. So we like that learning curve, was part of why we changed some things up a little bit. But I'm excited to see. We have several, I don't know who's playing 1 through 5s yet. We're going to experiment with that a little bit and see where everybody fits in. But we've got a good outlook of what we're going to do there. And if we need to make switches within the pairs, everybody's pretty close, and we've practiced a couple lineups just in case.
For any of you, the tradition of the program has been so strong as of late, with top 3 finishes. Still a long ways away and a journey to get there. But is that kind of a carrot at the end of the season for you, that we know we have a shot at that, and just kind of that tradition and trying to uphold that?
I would say I would always put us in the top 3 D2 beach volleyball teams. I would say that we definitely compete at the same level as Tampa, Concordia, PBA. We're right there with them every year. And I think it's great for us because we play D1 teams all year long. We're getting this really high level of experience out of it. And when it comes down to it, in the end at nationals, it's just who can put what they've had all season into the end and push through to the finish.
I second that.
It's always good to concur, right?
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah, and with a new looking lineup and the competition you play, it's kind of good to get thrown into the fire right away and kind of see and then adjust as you need to going in.
Yeah, and I think the best way is, all right, if you see the higher level, you learn it faster. Our team's pretty good about being sponges and picking up and recognizing things. And I mean, iron sharpens iron. So the better teams we play, the better it is for us. We also earned the reputation that these D1 schools keep inviting us back because of the product we've been doing the last 4 or 5 years. So I think it's also a good sign of respect for the work that these girls do, that, hey, we're being invited to these tournaments. They're saying, hey, we'd like you to come out and do this. So there's a lot of to uphold with that.
Yeah, and girls playing against Division I. I mean, when you can beat either beat them in a team or just at 1 or 2 positions, how much does that boost your confidence, knowing, or even not worrying about wins and losses, but we're getting better?
It honestly boosts our confidence a lot. It's like, okay, we can hang with these teams or compete or beat them. And so it's like, okay, I think we can handle the teams that we see at nationals for sure. So it's reassuring, I would say.
I would say it's a little scary at first, like your first time getting in there and like going against like U of A, or like last year we played LMU and they were like number 5 D1 school. I would say it's really scary at first, but then you kind of realize that like we are all athletes and like they do a lot of the same things that we do. So it's really cool to see that like at the end of the day, like we're performing what we need to do. And like, it's really fun to kind of like fluster some of these teams because they think, oh, like, yeah, McMesa's good, but like they always have like the upper hand. And then we come in and it's like, well, maybe you don't. And so it's honestly really fun to play them. It's a great challenge for like our athleticism and stuff.
Yeah. And playing with younger teammates now, do you kind of have to kind of explain to them, hey, we're playing the big girls here and we might take our lumps, but this is going to make you better, and don't get discouraged because you remember when you were that first time playing U of A?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing with me and my partner, she's a freshman, so this will be her first experience. And I've just been kind of telling her like, they're going to do good things, but like we are also going to do good things back to them. And so like if they make a good shot, it's like, okay, like what can we do to adjust so that they don't get to do that over and over and over again, but also like let's keep the pressure on them.
Yeah, I think also too, it's like for them, it's kind of a wake-up call, I would say. It's kind of like, oh, at my high school I was maybe the best, and then coming to college and then also playing the best of the best, it's also like, wow, okay, it's some good talent out here. But yeah, I think just we have nothing to lose at this point. I mean, they're the ones that have all the pressure on them. They should be beating us technically on paper, so it's kind of fun. We can ruffle some feathers a little bit.
Right out of the chutes, you kind of talked about it, Coach, with a variety of opponents, but you also get 6 matches in a span of 4 days, including 3 on one day. What was the preparation like physically, mentally for kind of a grueling schedule right out of the bat?
Yes, we made some minor adjustments. Since we do play those 3 matches on Saturday, we took some of the breaks and the techs out from the girls so they just get used to kind of playing through a little bit longer. We changed up some of our practice time so that, hey, you're gonna have to go a little bit longer in this section just to make sure we're not seeing a dip in our athleticism. And then we get a nice 2.5, 3 hour break before that 3rd match so that we can hopefully have that recovery. I've seen stuff in the past where the girls will do some things. I mean, Barett, to prep for nationals last year, pretty much wore a sweatsuit every day to prepare for the humidity. So it's cool to see that the team takes on some of this stuff like, hey, what do we need to do to prep for this? I think everybody's answered pretty well, and I don't really have any concerns going into the 6 matches. I'm pretty excited to see some of the other people on the other side of the net.
All right, question of the week, non-volleyball related, kind of a deep question. If you could have dinner with 3 other people, so a table of 4, dead or alive, family member, friend, famous person, political figure, whatever, who would those 3 people be?
Ooh, I got to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good one.
I don't even think I know 3 people that I would.
I have 3. This might be kind of controversial. But I would have dinner with Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, and Candace Owens.
I'm still thinking. For me, I'd probably want to look at something like Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, and probably Kobe Bryant. He's probably just, I'd like to get in the minds of some of the people that have done what they've done at a high level for a long time.
I don't know. My mind is blank. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with Brandy Wilkerson. I'm gonna also have to say Donald Trump and Candace Owens.
Thank you. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.